No. No.
This is what I want you to do, okay? I want you to close your eyes.
No.
I won't do a thing to you.
No, no.
It's not about you.
What if I turn my head?
You can look that way.
Okay.
I got a surprise for you.
Oh, God.
It's not really for you.
Oh.
Hey, buddy. Pow, 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 pow. Do you know where I wore this hat in public?
Wasn't it? Please tell me that was Medic's wedding.
It was. It was a 1920s, Great Gatsby themed wedding. And this was the hat I wore, and the feather I think I took from the support tables or whatnot.
You have a knack of taking stuff from weddings, don't you? Scarf. That wasn't really a scarf, but we made it into a scarf.
Oh my gosh, the chair feature, right? And then Katie's mom had to chase me down to the downstairs bar and was like, "That will cost me $10 if you don't give it back."
Did you give it back?
I gave it back. Yeah. I have keys to a golf cart.
That's another thing.
You want to try it on?
Not really, no.
It's a nice hat.
No, because if I try it on, I'm probably gonna keep it.
You like it? You kind of like it.
It's like almost like a piratey type of, pork pie hat. You get like a lot of like dimensions with it.
Pork pie?
Yeah. Where's our help?
Help.
Yeah. Pork pie hat.
Pork pie.
Yeah.
I need more.
Looks like that, except it's fella. What else do we want to tell you?
What's a pork pie?
Well, a pork pie is a pie that's got pork in it.
Oh my lord! And so it reminds you of a hat?
No.
Will you try it on, please?
Look at that. Look at it right from there.
Oh, the crew is asking us to consider it. Oh, so Walter White had a pork pie hat as well?
Correct. Not that I've ever seen.
Okay, so it's a style of hat, so it really doesn't have anything to do with pork.
Not that I know of.
You're the one who said pork.
Because I just know it's a pork pie hat.
Hello, everybody. It's Try Before We Die. It's a regular episode.
That was 2 minutes of dribble.
Just a little bit of fun. Just a little bit of fun for you. It's not really drivel. If you've seen our recent bonus episode, you did see some dribble. Some dribble. Some stormtrooper pouring.
That was some stormtrooper.
There's not a bottle on the bar, so what we're going to do is we're going to get right to picking our bottle, get it open and breathing, capped, and we'll talk for a few seconds. We have our friend Aaron with us on set. Aaron, thanks for coming back.
Absolutely.
Would you like to, if you push this like it's a doorbell, hold it down and release it, it will tell us what bottle we're drinking.
Oh, good Lord.
Bottle number one?
No, that was like one of those cheap knockoff penalty takers. He stuttered and then he went.
It was a stutter. That was a stutter.
Do you play for Liverpool?
No, we'll take it. 145. That's
145. That puts us at this shelf because we have 98 plus 50. So that's 148 right to there. So I'm going to have to get up and get a bottle.
You are.
All right, here we go.
With that.
Bottle number what? 145. Here we go. Okay. So we're over here on the front side. We're at bottle 145. We know this is 98, 108, 118, 128, 138. We're on the bottom shelf. That puts us over here at bottle 145, which is an 18-year-old Singleton. A Singleton is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Now what's interesting about Singleton is they market under the Singleton label, but the distilleries they use, there are a few. This is actually from the Glendullan distillery. So this is a Glendullan distilled Singleton Release. This is an 18-year-old single malt whiskey from the Highland region. It's being advertised as balanced, light, and elegant. And we'll see if there are any tasting notes on the back. It says here, enjoy it neat, with a little water, or just as you like. Light, delicate from the start. This is a single malt Scotch whiskey that's made for you to enjoy. Wouldn't it be bizarre if they labeled it as this is made for you to be a little disgusted by and upset that you spent money on it? I don't know about marketing sometimes, but I do know I am looking forward to this 18-year-old Singleton from Glendullan. And I'm not sure if I got this in the States or Ireland. I can feel confident that I did not get this in a duty-free shop due to the size of the bottle. It's a 750, not a 1 liter. Part of me thinks it might have been in Ireland, but I'm not entirely sure. The Singleton, established 1897. We'll see everybody back at the bar. Matt, did you hear? It's a Singleton
I did hear that.
18-year-old Highland single
I
malt
actually have a
Scotch
question
whiskey.
for you.
Okay, I'm listening.
All right, so Singleton.
Yes.
Now, I know this is a long shot, but I'm going to throw it out there. I take it they don't, or do they, do the same thing where they have a European, a US, and a Asian bottle?
They do
Really?
release for several markets.
All right.
So there is a European So as I noted in the bottle pick, the Singleton is sort of the brand name, but they release from several different distilleries. So, for instance, the Glen Ord release of the Singleton is actually for the Asian market.
Okay.
And there's a European release and an American release. And I believe that is for their 12-year-olds.
Okay.
So this is the Glendullan. This is
a special.
This is their 18-year-old release. And as I was thinking earlier, I feel like I may have bought this in Ireland. But it could have been bought here in the States. So I don't have that frame of reference. But yes, they do release for several markets.
Under different names. Different.
From different distilleries under the Singleton name,
Okay.
under the Singleton brand. So this is like an element of marketing. And though I was making fun of the marketing earlier about, this whiskey is made to enjoy, and I stand by my making fun of. Marketing does a lot of things like this. There's a lot of whiskeys especially released for the French and Italian markets as well. And so as you dive deep into the single malt world, you'll find that there's all kinds of... Have you put the glue back on this? You'll find that there's all sorts of...
That's Glenmorangie.
There's all sorts of releases out there not available in your home market. So I'm going to go right to opening this to let it breathe while we chat for a second. As always...
Very ornate top.
We open these bottles. Yeah, their logo, I should open this, but their logo is the jumping fish.
Yep.
Right. Which I would like.
Yes, you would, actually. Yeah. Being a fly fisherman.
Yeah.
Actually, I think most of us crew is.
Yeah. A lot of the guys
We're split.
have done some of it. There
We're
it is.
kayakers.
There's your badge.
I don't.
All right, now.
I don't
Shh, everybody. This is going to be a pop.
It's like your bones.
Creak, creak.
Oh.
It was a little light.
It was pretty.
Yeah.
It was
Dainty.
dainty. Yes, good use of the word.
All right, let's see if we can get a glug. No, shh. I do love those first pours.
You do. Especially when you land them.
Listen, the one that I didn't land was like the 8th pour out of that bottle. That doesn't count. Okay, quickly we'll get it in. We'll get them capped. Aaron, the idea of capping is to allow, you'll notice that these lids have a little room. So it's breathing, but we're trapping a lot of the aromas as the aroma expands in the bottom of the glass and then gets pushed back together. So in a few minutes, we'll uncap them and get a fresh nose off a fresh opened bottle.
And what is the name of the glass?
This is the Glencairn glass.
Glencairn.
Yep. Now the glass that would be on a stem would be the Copita glass. Now I don't have any of those, and I feel like I would have to wear the snobby tops.
You definitely would. Just you pronouncing that says that you should be a snobby top when you get those glasses.
You like that?
Yeah. That's actually pretty impressive.
What could we talk about for a second?
Shape of the bottle.
Shape of the bottle. Unique shape.
Almost like our triangular friend behind
If it was flat.
If it was flat.
Flattened out a little bit. We have a little bit of a... Why do you do that?
It's Velcro.
You think the back is flatter than the front?
Yes.
It's got a little bit of a
got a bit of
round.
curve.
Right. This 18-year-old, I don't think I've had an example of the Singleton other than their 12s. I know the crew got excited because we came close to pulling. We do have a Glen Ord here, which is the Asian market that was picked up for me in Japan.
It's a pretty bottle.
And I feel like we
almost medicine-like.
Old West snake oil salesman. It's good for what ails you.
Correct.
You got the rheumatism. You got the plague. Did you stub your toe?
Love.
Love?
Yeah.
It's good. It's like a love potion?
Love potion.
Whiskey is a love potion.
It is like a love potion.
Yeah. You're spending the night, right?
I don't know yet. I think
we got a lot of love potion around here. Yeah. You're getting warm under the collar there? It's because you got a shirt on underneath there. That's why I don't wear one, because I got a sweater. I got
You
a
need to
sweater.
breathe. You're like the grass. You need to breathe.
Aaron, have you had a Singleton before, to your knowledge?
No, I have no.
Yeah. I know that we pulled one before. I think I can see it on the shelf over there.
I think it was the US one.
Yeah, we did pull a 12-year-old US release. So I know we've had it before. It looks very light in the green. It's an off-green bottle. Would you agree?
Yes.
Right. And so here it comes across a little darker than it appears in the bottle. Would you agree?
Very much so.
Yep. All right. Are we ready to sort of experience this whiskey?
Yeah, I always like with the Singleton. It's one of those ones where the bottle isn't like a commanding bottle where you look at it and go, oh. I always think of it, and almost like the snake oil salesman. I always look at those bottles. I'm like, what is this rubbish? But after having the first one that we did 2-3 seasons ago, I don't remember what it was. The Singleton is a Scotch that you definitely need to take into account that they can actually play the game as well as anybody else can.
One of the things, and I agree with you, and one of the things that I like about the unique bottle, so Glenrothes has their unique bottle. The Old Pulteney has their bottle shaped after their still. The Glenfiddich has their triangle. I like the whiskey that sort of says, hey, we're going to create a bottle that really, if anybody else used this shape, they would almost be seen as a copycat.
Correct.
Right? So it's just not that traditional round or even that stubby bottle. A lot of distilleries will use sort of a stubby bottle or that just that general bottle.
Yeah.
So this really is unique to the Singleton, as unique in many ways as the Glenfiddich triangle is unique to the Glenfiddich. So, but it does have that old West flair. The guy in the suit getting out of the carriage in the dusty town,
chinking along.
Chinky. Yep. Was there a snake oil salesman in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or
I don't remember.
have you ever seen it?
A long time ago. Probably saw that.
That was the one with the car, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it had the wings and it flew.
Yeah, you have seen it. All right. I was like, we got to open this bottle, but we've changed our thing up. We open that bottle, it's already open. Here you go, Mel.
All right.
We'll talk about color, and then we'll pull the lids and talk about nose. So,
Amber.
medium amber. Not a light and not a dark. I'm going to go with a medium amber. I'm trying to think of another thing that would be this color. And if you could think of it, or Aaron, does anything else jump out? What else comes in this color of medium amber? It's really sheeting down. There are no individual legs in my glass. It's not a clean gold at all. It's a darker gold. It's a medium amber.
Can't think of a descriptor for it.
I can't
except
think
for
of
that.
another. Aaron, have you got anything?
I don't, unfortunately.
No. So we're gonna rest on medium amber.
With a slightly brown hue to it.
Yeah, I think that would be the medium piece.
All right.
All right. So we'll pull our lids, and we'll get it right up to the old schnoz. That first hit, because I've already taken two, and that first one was more intense than that second one.
Had a little more smoke on the first one than.
You felt some smoke in there?
Just a little at the beginning.
There's like a sweet smell that goes right through. It just starts from the beginning and goes right to the end.
Right. I agree with you that first one was more intense. I'm not sure if I felt smoke or not, but I certainly felt more intense. I wonder about floral.
Yeah.
I wonder about a late season field, not a spring field, not Rick, but a late season hay field, third cut, a little deeper, a little darker, not as fresh, a dark floral.
What was it? Lemming? Clover? Was that the
Sage?
not sage? Was it clover?
Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Thyme?
Maybe it was rosemary.
Bridge? Troubled?
I'm trying it.
Coda? Chrome?
I'm going to try this wonderful
Let's have
drink
a
in front
sip
me.
of this
But
medium
floral,
amber,
floral sweet, medium
end
amber.
of season field. Let's try it. The Singleton Glendullan 18-year-old. Well, son of a gun.
Not as sweet as I expected from the smell.
Nutty.
Okay, so that's interesting, Malcolm. My son of a gun was in reference to your smoky note on the nose, and I was wondering, is that what I'm experiencing? But it may be the nuttiness. It
Almost
may be
like
the
a
nuttiness.
Roasted instead of smoked.
Roasted nut instead of smoke, right.
And almost like a caramel. As it floods over the broad part of your tongue, it's almost like a caramel. Toffee, maybe.
Toffee. I was leaning to toffee after you said caramel. Yeah. You're finding something in that.
Toffee, definitely.
Right, sort of that darker, not super
Not as
sweet candy,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But not as a sweet to pick up. Not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. I actually figured it was going to be sweeter. This is actually, some of them we've tried, I've always find it's a little bit too sweet. Not sickly, but just enough to be like, okay, they're pushing this. Whereas this has got like a nice balance between that nutty caramel or toffee, nutty toffee, and this little sweetness that you pick up on it.
So this is 40% ABV.
Right.
So this is the minimum ABV to be a Scotch whiskey.
Which I think helps this, because it balances it out.
I am not seeing a note about coloration or filtration. Batch distilled. So this particular whiskey seems to be created on purpose. Not that they're all not, but we're down to 40%. There's not a notation around coloration, so we may have an intentional color of a liquid trying to bring us to that medium amber. I definitely feel like it still falls into that late season field, and with that
Heather.
nut,
That's the word I'm
heather.
looking for.
Okay, yep, that not too sweet candy. Almost like if you were a little lad and you went to grandma's house and she gave you a candy and you're like, ugh. Right? But not the whiskey, because
I don't think you ever said that about your grandma's candy.
you're a kid looking for something sweet, and grandma's giving you something that's like
Rubbish.
Moxie.
Black Moxie.
Oh, you want a soda?
Oh, you want a Coke, but you're going to get...
You're gonna get a Moxie.
Or get a
right?
tab.
Right. So this isn't a criticism at all. It really is that surprise that we're experiencing, that it's not as sweet as maybe the nose initially betrayed or conveyed.
No.
And that it's like the taste is forcing this adjustment on our experience.
Yeah, no, that's actually well put.
Yeah.
So on that note, I see we have all our accoutrements out, and I know where I'm going.
Well, we've got a 2-year aged cheddar from Australia. Your fave, by the way. Which, by the way, that's what you have to have. You and I get to choose between the... Wait, so we've got a 2-year aged Australian cheddar. We've got an orange-infused chocolate with almonds. And we've got a 70% dark cocoa chocolate. Now, I'd like us all to think of what we're going to have, and maybe just could we point to what we're going to choose based upon the tasting notes we've experienced. You can say 1, 2, or 3, 1, 2, or 3, and you and I can point.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
3.
Right, because we're going to go for this dark chocolate that's not probably going to present a lot of sweetness to it, that should meld well. Malcolm has this love affair with the orange-infused chocolate,
Well,
hoping to sweeten it up, maybe.
Nut.
Oh, the nutty. Okay, I appreciate it now a little bit more
Thank
than I
you.
did. I thought
Thank
you were
you.
just going for the
No,
familiar.
figure the nut.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I did wash my hands, Aaron.
Thank you.
Okay, so the idea is to get it in your mouth, chew it up a little bit, but before you dissolve it completely, then add the whiskey. I will be curious about the nut. Yeah, this is not a sweet chocolate. Not bitter, not an 85 or a 90%, 70%, but not a sweet chocolate.
Well, I could do that all day long.
What, drink whiskey and eat chocolate?
That chocolate. So I guess it's going to be a tough one to actually deliberate on, because we've gone for 2 different ones. Now, what I'm going to say
Excuse me.
I think the orange brings out a little bit more balance to the sweetness. As you get some of the orange infusing with the sweetness that we have there, the chocolate brings out that toffee, and obviously the nut on the front end of this drink allows it to freaking become that nuttier taste. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll take some more as well, please. See if you can.
Well, the reason I'm actually pouring some more,
Go ahead.
need a little taste, is because I'm intending to add a little water.
That too.
And so I want to just have a little bit of spirit in the glass. And besides, it was getting low. All right, so I appreciate what you just said about this orange and nuttiness being complementary and sort of bringing out some of the sweetness.
Correct.
I think for me, Aaron, this dark chocolate really merged really well with it and didn't add or take away, but rather just sort of continued this really not sweet but enjoyable experience.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Well, I am going to give a little bit of a drop of water in here. See if we can continue to work on how these things go. Would you like a little, Aaron?
I'll try.
Okay.
Thank you.
So see if this brings anything out, subdues anything, or surprises us.
I'm just going to go back to the normal playbook. Evens things out.
It even out the smell a lot more too. Actually, it took a lot of the.
In some odd way, I feel like it got a little sweeter. That's what I
And
experienced.
it could be the fact that I'm still taking chocolate
That
down.
might be the chocolate.
Yeah. I feel like I did a good job of eliminating the chocolate in my mouth, but I do feel like it got a little sweeter, and it may have rounded off both ends and allowed the sweetness to exist. The Singleton, the 18-year-old Glendullan. I like the idea of nuttiness. Maybe a little bit of wood in there. Some oak. That may be some of the subtleness as well that's experienced in this whiskey. Late field, heather.
It definitely brought out the sweet.
Yeah, you feel it now too?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
At the end. And
Okay.
I agree with you with that. With the dark chocolate, I agree. It's almost that they run parallel, but it's each one's bringing each other across your
It's just
tongue.
a continuation of the experience.
That's actually
Yeah.
pretty good as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the Singleton, the 18-year-old from Glendullan. Enjoyable.
A wee good dram, as they would say in Scotland.
A wee good dram for some mates. Did they say mates in Scotland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 No, that was good.
Yeah. Enjoyable?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, why don't we sign off with a toast? I think if I remember, we might be heading to Greece. And in Greece, the traditional cheer. Now, Mal, you need to read the one in the middle.
Okay.
And you and I can read the one on the right.
What if I just say Greece?
I'll need you to sing it. Like lightning.
Grease lightning.
Oh, what was her name? You could be Olivia Newton-Malcolm.
Please, let's just get this over
Malcolm
with.
Newton-John, everyone. In Greece, your cheers, your have at it. Let's tip them back. Is Yamas.
You're a moron.
You're a moron, G.
Moron G. We gotta get those. We gotta get the shirts, man.
Yeah, the Singleton, the Glendullan, the 18-year-old, late summer season, a heather, not too sweet, pairs really well with a chocolate that's not too sweet. Any final thoughts from you, Aaron?
It's excellent.
Excellent.
It goes back again. It goes to the snake oil dealer, and it's like, oh, what is this? And then you get freaking like truly just amazed by how well this
Cures
drink
what
goes.
ails you.
Yep.
Nice medicinal
Nope.
bottle, but no medicinal experience.
And like I said, I would never go to a store and think about buying a Singleton.